All right, welcome back to another Wake Up Humans. Drew, they're calling it Wake Up Humans Experience now, bro, with Dr. Drew
Yeah,
Henderson. And someone shot me a text the other day and said, I love the new intro. I heard we got a new intro now. It's no
it's
longer,
everything, man.
it's like, you start to grow. And it got me thinking today on the topic we're going to be kind of shooting for. It's how this all started and where it's at now. And sometimes people see the fruits of the labor, but not the work that goes behind it. And like right after this, we have a DE board meeting again, and we're doing some planning with things. So it's a lot of layers that go into be to building success, eh?
Yeah, and everybody sees the fire, they see the finished product, they see the fruit, and the power that's at DE, but a lot of people just don't see what's happening in the background.
Right.
And there's a lot of work, a lot of people with a big purpose and big mission that makes it all happen.
A lot of moving parts, man. I mean, it goes down to like picking dates. We do four a year, and every now and again through the years we'll go through and do intensives, which we're planning a couple out now,
Hmm.
and a couple overseas. It looks like so. A lot of work and logistics, getting speakers together, putting schedules together, dealing with late, people, something comes up, they can't make it. I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah, and this is the week of DE, and I'm not surprised if something happens this week that we have to fill a spot.
Right. Right.
Last DE in July, um, the day of, like somebody that was going to speak, they were minute to minute.
Right.
They couldn't make it. You know,
Right.
couldn't
Yeah.
make it. We
Someone.
made it work. You made it work.
Yeah.
It was great. Um, but there's a lot going on. There's a lot of stress, and people's like, "Hey, what did you enjoy the most at DE?" It's like, well, shoot, just being with everybody. But it's hard to be plugged in all the time when there's all this other stuff to see about, you
I don't
know.
think there's ever, at least for me, an unplugging. I can
Mm-mm.
be relaxing, like this weekend, hanging out with my kids, hanging out in the pool. We're talking, and all of a sudden I got an idea, like a thought.
Yeah.
So it's like I'll shoot a text to somebody, whatever, and my daughter's like, "Dad, what are you doing? Relaxing." I'm like, "This is relaxing, but I can't lose this thought."
I know. And I know how I am. Like I know I think I'm pretty self-aware of me. Um, Small talk is just awkward sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm good talking about stuff and breaking it down and like growth and like planning and doing stuff, but just like shooting the bull, it gets a little awkward for me sometimes.
Dude, if our crew goes out to dinner or we've been on vacations together and we're sitting around having a glass of wine, talking, we're talking about our offices, we're talking about DE, we're talking about the profession, we're talking about what we could do better, we're talking how we can, and then and ideas come up and we should do this and we should do this, we should do this. And the blessing is our wives are just sitting there going, yeah, chiming in. Well, how about this?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, and it's people. Everybody says when they walk in the room at DE, it's different, and it is.
Right.
But it's no accident that it's different. It takes planning, it takes work, it takes intention, and it's 61 years of this culminating into this meeting.
Right.
It's not like separate meetings. It's almost like each visit that patients have build on the next visit.
Right.
You
Right.
know, it's
And,
61 years, man.
and I think we're dealing off Dr. Sid's vision for the profession and why he created DE. And we are in a pivotal time in our profession right now and why it's needed even more. And we are up in our game. Like when we get done with this, recording this right now, we're jumping on our DE speakers call to set the intention and vision of the meeting. I mean, it's that important.
Yeah, and every Monday leading up to this, we've been having board meeting calls, like
Right.
9, 10 o'clock at night when they start.
Right.
They start late. Um, and Dr. Umber and Dr. Abector, um, go and give them a hug. They're staying up late with
Yeah.
with all of us and just crushing it.
And
It's
that's amazing to see them still involved, plugging in, and sometimes the most brilliant, up to date ideas come through them.
Yeah.
It's not about age, it's about the passion and the vision. And that's one of the things that's really hit me is, majority of the people coming to DE never heard Dr. Sid live or met him.
Mm-mm.
Like they're hearing him through our voice, and that's got to be challenging.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just um, like the loved one that you never really knew, but you heard all the stories about them.
Right.
So now how do you reconcile that and put it together? And I'm just thankful that I've been at DE for 25 years. You've been for 30 plus, whatever it is, and it's been pivotal in my
Yeah.
life. Been pivotal.
It's over 31 years I've been going. It's
Yeah.
and I think one of the toughest questions that I hear, I just had a phone call from someone today who's trying to get two doctors from his state to come. How do you explain DE? How do you explain, what it is? Because we don't do the CEUs and we're not selling anything. No one makes a dime off of it. It's not like you're going to get sold a program after it. I mean, we're a nonprofit. So he was asking me, how do I explain it to them?
Yeah, I mean that can be challenging because how do you describe the color red to a blind person?
Wow.
How do you do that? Like so many people that's never been to DE don't know what they're missing, and there's no words to explain it. And from the outside looking in, you can't understand it. From the inside looking out, it's hard to explain.
So check it out. As you're saying this, I'm like, how would I explain that to a blind person? They'd have to feel it.
Yeah.
Like I think I would take a hot rag and put it on their arm, and red is hot and warm. And then something blue, I would take an ice cube.
Cold.
It's
Yeah.
cold and something white, I'd blow on their arm.
Right. Yeah.
Yellow, I'd pee on their arm. Like I think you have to feel it. And the hard part in the beginning is the feeling is, wow, this is weird. Like they're talking about
Yeah.
love. Some people talk about God. Some people are talking about hugging. Some people, what does that got to do with chiropractic? What does that have to do with taking the pressure off a hot disc? What does that have to do? It's an experience.
Hmm.
It's an
Yeah. And it
experience.
has everything to do with that.
Everything to do with it.
Everything. It's the way we love people. It's the way we connect to people, way we talk to people, the way we shake their hand and say happy to see you. It's
Yeah.
all of it is together, you know.
Yeah.
And and if you've never been to DE and you're watching this, DE started in 1964, 3 years after BJ Palmer died, 1961. There was a vacuum left of when BJ Palmer died, and Dr. Sid filled that vacuum with DE.
Yep.
He filled the vacuum, and the dynamic essential is becoming aware, humble, and obedient to the voice of God. And when you do that, you become dynamic, and that
Yeah.
is essential to every success you'll ever have.
And that's all you need to know. I mean, to put that on your wall in your office,
Yep.
right? Because we talk about the work behind the scenes that go into it. And this is one of the things I've been training on with my doctors here is, what is it to be a healer? What is it to be a person that when you come in Monday and you've got 150, 180 people coming in, who do you have to be?
Yeah.
And I told them I'm a big proponent of everything on the wall is there to speak to you, to keep you on purpose and connected. DE is there to reawaken chiropractors to their purpose, right? We had a guy who, and I think there's been a couple since the last one, literally double their practice
Yeah.
since the last meeting. You're talking 3.5 months, doubled their practice because of something that happened to them there.
Yeah.
That's the DE story.
It is. It is. And it's happened for 61 years over
Right.
and over. And if somebody is a coach or some guru or whatever, you can trace their lineage back to DE.
Yeah,
That's where they came from.
true.
Every one of them. And there's so much that goes into this. It's so um innately driven. That's the thing. It's not just like a business that we're just trying to like leverage. It's like what's going to help the attendees the most.
Right.
What's going to help the attendees because we don't
Well,
have a
why,
program to
think
sell.
but think about that. Think about what you just said. Why? Why is that our outcome? Why is it about what you just said? The how is it going to help the attendees? Why do we care?
It's the big idea. It's a big idea. There's an innate intelligence inside of us that can be interfered with a vertebral subluxation. We correct that through an adjustment. The patient, the community, the country, the world is a better place when we continue to do that, 171 times today.
Yeah,
Murrayville is a little bit better, and we're
that's
thankful
right.
for that. And
That's right.
then if we do that, duplicate it, duplicate it, duplicate it, the world is better. We're living more clear.
Yeah.
And then what else do we want? Man, we're
Right.
living more clear. That's the key.
And I think about behind the scenes. I mean, you think about Rando, you'll see his ambulance that he built out to travel in with all his gear, and he's got a monster trailer. And then Katrina and Lee and her family packing up the trailer
Mhm,
and driving hours to get there early before anyone shows up. And that's another thing too. If you're listening to it and you're a pretty vibrant, healthy person, which most of us are there, and you get there early, help out.
mhm,
Maybe get in there and lift some boxes and roll some things in, and just kind of take the edge off and um, help with the setup. And then I've
mhm.
been there late sometimes where everyone's left the building and they're there packing up.
Yeah, still working.
Still working, man. I mean, and Rando's in the room unraveling wires and taking screens down, and I'm just like, I have a state of like gratitude, the fact that these people are invested in the movement to show up four
Mhm.
times a year and put the work in.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing when um, we run some GCC programs out of that same hotel, and GCC's great. We put on a great program. I think it's the best state organization in the country. Um, Everybody should join the GCC, but and we even do classes where Monday when you leave, go home from CE, you can apply it Monday morning, but it's nothing like DE. When DE's there, that room is different.
Right,
This is not some business, it's not corporation. It's it's like a family creating a sacred space,
right.
you
Well,
know,
it's that
and
whole sacred trust, right?
yeah,
We,
yeah,
we
we
take the
have to
sacred
guard it
trust.
well.
There was a clown in our profession that we stopped him, and he wanted this organization to rewrite the sacred trust. How the heck, who are you bagging me? One of the main grounding root foundations of our professions is BJ Palmer's The Sacred Trust.
Hmm.
Like, come on. So I had posters made up with BJ on it with the Sacred Trust that I would, ship to people and give out as gifts and just, our thing is to speak the truth of chiropractic
Yeah.
and to help build chiropractors to find that passion and purpose and the principle of chiropractic to share it with the world, like you did with Murrayville today, and they came in by the droves. There's thousands of offices that have come through DE doing the same thing.
Hmm. Yeah,
It's
and
now kicking the
it's
beehive's nest to getting them to show up regularly to help us grow it to the next level, and that's what this
mhm.
meeting's about.
Yeah, and to help grow to the next level, not for DE's sake, but for
No,
their own sake and for their kids' sake if they want to go to chiropractic school and they want to practice chiropractic.
right.
Because if somebody doesn't take a stand, it's going to be gone.
Well, I told you Sierra got hurt in a soccer game, and we had to go to the orthopedic the other day and get it, because she had to get an MRI. And you walked in, and there was a big wall with see-through windows, and you could see the PT taking place on the other side. And I joked to the girl and I said, "Hey, how do I get over there?" She goes, "You got to have a code that we're the ticket to ride. In other words, you're the only way to get in there is through them. And I'm like, that's what'll happen to chiropractic if we let these idiots take over and do it, and we become nothing but a therapy. We're gonna have to go through them to get in. Well, now you need an adjustment. No, you don't need one. We're not qualifying for you one. You don't have the right coding, blah, 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 blah. If the chiropractors don't wake up and realize what we've been fighting for, and we come together on that principle now, and DE is the place for that, and then pulling the other, there's a lot of amazing chiropractors that don't come to DE that we got to
Yeah.
pull together. And it's all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes that people need to start hearing about it and realize that it's time to put, you're going to build a practice. And we were talking about this today. It's you're not just chilling out on the weekend, partying your butt off and showing up and helping people heal on Monday. You got to be living a certain way,
Yeah.
a certain standard to live by. And if you want success, it's what you're doing, behind the scenes that's going to build your tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. And if we're a principal chiropractor, we're a principal DE chiropractor, we can't do what we want. We can't say what we want. We can't go where we want. We can't
Mm.
do all these things that are just like the world because we're different.
Right.
So we have to act different. I said it years ago. Um, we always talk about um, increasing our standard of giving, of living, but we need to increase our standard of giving.
Right.
We need to give more because the world's hurting.
World's a hurting place, man.
And we have to give more of ourselves. We have to give more of our time, have to give more of our finances, have
Yeah.
to give more, giving, loving, serving, doing.
The more you give, the more it comes back to you, man. It opens up a gateway within the universe that it just flows through you.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't outgive myself.
No.
I can't outgive. And it's just like, let's say you're holding tight on to stuff. You don't want to let anything go.
Right.
You can't accept anything else. But you open your hands up, shoot, man, you get everything in there.
That's right.
You can hold a whole lot more with your hands open,
That's right.
you know.
That's right.
And that's
That's one of my favorite analogies that you use right there.
hmm
I think that really says it all.
yeah,
And then it's really surrounding yourself with the right, the tribe of people. Like we've done at DE, we've got an amazing board of people. We got amazing people working through it. We got now we've uplifted people that are marketing to put the message out there to help change people's lives. And now it's bringing other people, it's bringing in other leaders, and we have a lot of work to do. And that's, it's getting. That's why we did the teams, right, to connect to
yeah,
people, so no one feels alone there. Like you should be connecting with people. We got blue team, red team, yellow team. Get together with the teams, connect with people. I already
hmm
have one of my doctors lined up to talk with, Paula Hedgelon. I'm like, you need to sit with Paula, and this is what you need to say to her. Walk up to her, say this, and now just listen, because Paula, you know, you could pay a coach thousands of dollars to teach you what Paula's going to tell you in about an hour
yeah,
and not charge you. She'll give you a hug.
hmm
She'll probably cry with you. And here's a woman that's been practicing for what, over 40 years, high volume, killing it. She's going
yeah,
to pour her heart and soul into you if you want it.
yeah.
And
And
that's
she'll
there
probably
for
buy
everybody.
your lunch at the same time.
And she'll probably buy you lunch at the same time. And then she'll get back to her office. And then by Thursday, you'll have a card in the mail, handwritten from her with a
Yeah,
message. And
yeah,
just you see that all come together and you're realizing she's living by a different standard,
hmm
living by
yeah.
a different standard.
And that's what we do at DE. Like the people that serve there, um, the people that speak there, they're not doing it for recognition.
Right.
That's the thing. It's not to build a brand for themselves. It's
No,
because of the principle and and to grow this thing.
that's right.
That's what it is. Just
That's
to
right.
grow.
Well, it's to grow it for the profession. I mean, it was why it was birthed by Dr. Sid, was to keep chiropractic and share it with people, which, it's always been there. It's not like we're losing chiropractic. You just see social media and all the stuff out there. It's always been there. It's been a juice and now it's a wand. It's just
Mm,
something different. It's the next thing. But people always come back to the principle. They'll end up hurt and they're going to have one place to come It's like leaving church and coming back. You're going to come back to DE, get your hugs, get uplifted, and you're going to take that 75 a week office to 500 a week office, and your life's going to change by serving people with love.
Yep. Yep. And if you just do that, come with an open heart, open mind, stay in the room, stay connected, and like things are going to change. You
Yeah.
know, things are going to change
And,
because they and and I'm blessed enough, and you are too, that I was always at DE. You know, first quarter in school, I was at DE. I don't really know anything else.
right,
You know, it's I've had that brotherhood and sisterhood since the beginning,
right.
and it's made all the difference.
Well, in many, many areas of your life. I mean, it's
Yeah,
like if I didn't know you, who's taking care of Sierra the way you are in Georgia?
yeah,
Who's exposing her soccer team and friends that she's brought over and connected you with so that when you show up, you got 15 of them lined up to get adjusted and you're teaching them about life and chiropractic.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
those are massive things that are shifting people's lives because someday they're going to end up married with their own kids and they're going to have to make choices.
Hmm. Yeah, like what should we do? Oh, well, shoot, there's a chiropractor who used to come to Piedmont College, Piedmont University.
Yeah.
I should take the baby to Piedmont. Let me
Yeah.
see if I can find him, or to a chiropractor. Let me see if I can find him online. Then I get a DM. Hey, I'm living in Montana right now, or I'm living in Kansas City. Do you know a chiropractor here? Like, yes, Andy Harding.
Yep.
Go see Andy. He
Yep.
will take care of you.
Yeah. I had a
You know.
patient say to me today, how do you always she's been coming here for years and she's had people say, I need to find a chiropractor in St. Louis. I need to find a how do you have all these contacts? I said, because I hang out with a place where the greatest chiropractors in the world go.
Hmm.
And we're on one mission is to serve more people. So it's like I know if they're coming through there, they're on purpose. I have
Yeah,
no problem. I'll send my mother there. No problem sending you there.
yeah.
And she's like, that's really cool. We need more of that in this world. I'm like, say that again.
We do, and the connectedness. There was a patient. I saw him and his wife and his two little boys. We did forever. They moved down to Florida. They bought a whole island in Florida, right? Turner Island. His last name's Turner. He renamed the island Turner Island.
Come
Um,
on.
yeah, drove. He's down there. He's flying. He's got like four choppers. Like he's everywhere. Um, but he's down there most of the time. He come in the other day. Hadn't seen him in I don't know 6 months. And he's like, "Hey, I'm up here today. You wouldn't believe I found somebody, a chiropractor down there, and I told them where I was from. They're like, oh, I know a chiropractor up there. He's one of my friends, and they know you." I'm like, "Yeah, bro. Like, you don't know whose presence you're in right now."
Ah,
And he's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "I am a DE chiropractor." And then I told him what it was. He's like, that's cool, man." I'm like, "Yeah, it's cool, you know." And he just thought it was the coolest thing how we have all those labels and connections between each other. You know, like this one does this one does that. He like, "So do you know anybody um like in Europe?" I'm like, "Dude, I know the chiropractor in Ghana, like so like you want to, if you're ever in Ghana, you need a chiropractor, you call me. I send you
right,
over to Joseph Afor's place. He'll take good care of you.
right.
He's in the middle of the desert." But that's what DE does. It
What it does.
connects. It connects
Connect.
everybody.
And
Connects everybody.
and that's what the adjustment does is it connects the people.
Hmm.
It connects them to that something that will transform their entire life. It'll connect them to better relationships, better marriages, better parenting, better conversations, better choices. It'll transform their entire life. And that's what DE instills through the lasting purpose. That's our core value is the lasting purpose, that Dr. Sid gave us. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what it's all about.
And lasting purpose, if you don't know, it is giving, loving, serving, doing out of your own abundance with no expectation of return.
Right.
You know, like the people you take care of, um, just like I do Sierra, those girls. they can't pay me. I want to give to those kids up there. I want to love them and just show up and make a difference in their life,
Right.
you know. And
And you are, man. I've heard them talk about you,
yeah, they're sweet. They're making a difference in mine too. Went up
you
there
know?
the other night. They had a soup party. I bet there's 40 something kids in that little apartment,
Oh my
all
God.
different kinds of soup, you know. And then one of them was like, "Hey, you want some soup?" I'm like, "No, I'm going to go to Captain D's after this." And it was already 9:30 at night. She yelled in, "He's going to Captain D's," and then everybody just laughs, like,
Ah.
"Why y'all making fun of me?"
You know, it's funny. You had mentioned something about the kids at her school and they were getting together, and someone kind of made a joke to me over the phone, like, man, aren't these kids like out partying and doing something? I'm like, dude, they're collegiate athletes that are dialed in that if they get caught partying or drinking, whatever, they're kicked off the team.
Yeah.
It's like a no BS rule they have there. It's no joke that there's like a 48-hour rule where it's like you can't party or do anything 48 hours before a game. And they got games
Hmm.
like every couple days. So they create these things to fellowship and get together, but they've got eyes on them. Like they've got to
Yeah.
be tuned in and shape and up early for training. And it's no joke. It's not like when I went to college hanging out with the fraternity where guys are hanging off stairwells and everything and doing shots, whatever. You know what I'm saying? These kids are pretty funny. Like to hear they did a soup party in college. That wasn't my college.
No. And then well, like, you want some soup to go with you? And I'm like, no. She like, hold on. So she got some headrest paper, wrapped up a Rice Krispie treat she had just made. Like, here, take that with you. I'm like, yeah, I'll take a Rice Krispie treat.
They know
I
you
can eat
well.
that driving.
Just melt some cheese on it for this guy. Yeah,
Maybe.
you should have told him. I like you. You like your cheese.
But it's just people are like, oh man, why you go up there? Like that's cool. Like that's a long way. And then we're always working, during lunch, at sending texts, it's phone calls. But it's just the labor of love. You know that. Like we love this profession. We
Yeah.
love the people.
And it goes back, circles around to, we're talking about what goes on behind the scenes to create success, to create life, to create abundance, to create everything you're talking about, these relationships that you develop that are there for a lifetime.
Hmm.
Like we've known each other a long time, and
Yeah.
you held Sierra in her your arms when she was a baby, and now you're
I know,
showing up at
right?
her college to adjust her. That doesn't help happen if I'm not showing up to DE
Hmm.
regularly.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like that's not happening.
Mm-mm.
And
No,
here's
and
funny, here's what you'll find ironic too is the surgeon that we went to see for her knee. When he heard Piedmont, he goes, "Oh, my best friend's a surgeon there. He worked at Piedmont Hospital there,
yep.
and he doesn't know if he's still there. He's in the area." He goes, "So we'll, if we have to, we'll connect with him if you need anything." And it was cute because at the very end, I said, "Look, he's basically, asking, we're talking outcomes." I said, we need her to be, you know, and healthy, right? She's going to chiropractic school in October. She's going to play lacrosse. He goes, "Oh, congratulations. That's awesome. You're going to be a chiropractor." He's like, "Where do you want to live?" And she said, "Probably Florida." He goes, "All right, let me know when you get close." He goes, "One of my good friends is a chiropractor. He's got a couple offices here. I'll put you in touch with him." And we both just smiled. And she said, "Okay." I didn't want to say anything yet because I know he'll eventually put two and two together.
I
But he's
have
in the
17
chiropractic.
offices.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, so I'm gonna put his orthopedic friend in touch with you that we'll get them connected with now their chiropractic connection. I'm like, this is where the relationship's gonna go. This is
Yeah.
where it just innately it just happens.
Yeah. That's
We're,
awesome.
yeah, isn't that cool, bro? So listen,
Yeah.
man, let's wrap this up. We gotta get ready. We got about 20 minutes before we got our next meeting with everybody. I'm this is going to be a special meeting, brother. I mean, you can already, there's a lot of people registered. I think we had like 40 registrants today. We saw in the group chat. She just added on a room block, which she wasn't announcing because she's just finding rooms for people. There's
Yeah.
there's a vibe. There's a vibe that is building here that I'm getting pumped for, my man. And we've got some surprises this time.
We do. We do. And if you're thinking about coming and you just don't really know, I guarantee you, you need to come because 10, 20, 30 years from now, you're going to be glad you were at this coming meeting.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a shift that's happening.
And
And you don't want to be like, oh man, I wish I was there.
yeah, that
You're going
happened
to
with
want
the
to be here.
Santo. That happened with the Santo talk. People are like, I was there. I'm like, you weren't there. You weren't there. You weren't there.
Nope.
It's all right.
Nope.
This will be one of those meetings, and you'll see the vibe is building. You'll see the video that was released this morning
Hmm.
that Eddie Martinez put
Oh my
together.
gosh.
Bro, I watched it 3 times.
I
And
keep watching it. I keep watching it.
and there's people like, well, how come my picture's not on there? Because you're not speaking this time. It's all the speakers from this time. That's how
Hmm.
he did it. It's just show up. And then you speak next time, maybe your face will be on a video. But that's setting the tone of where DE is going this weekend and where we're heading in the future, baby. So buckle up.
Yeah. And
Buckle
go watch that video.
up.
And when
Watch
he
that
takes
video.
his stick out to hit that guy, look how his eyes change like that. I
Man,
love
it's
that, don't
scary.
you?
Share
It
that
is.
everywhere, man. It's just right. It's our time. It's our
That's it.
time, brother. All right, pal. I love you. I'll see you in a couple days. I'm going to see you in 10 minutes on another call, but I'm looking forward to seeing you at DE in a couple days, my man, in Atlanta.
Yeah. Perfect, man. Love and appreciate you.
Love you too, bro. Peace.